Hi, and welcome to the next episode of House Flipper 2. And I am buying the closed restaurant to renovate. And this was a pre-recorded playthrough, same as my last two videos. I played this one maybe about a week ago now. And I am back to having a microphone again. So I am able to do the voiceover and have it so that it's not just swishing noises and clicking from like brooms and scrub brushes and building, because I tend to do a lot of building, don't I? But yeah, so this is Anne's restaurant, and I'm gonna do my usual before walkthrough, and I'm a little bit more professional at this now because I know what kind of angles that I want, and I kind of keep in mind the end result as well for what I'm gonna want. Like for here, I kind of I back up and take both rooms into account as well. And here I just kind of poke my head in like The Shining and try to get an overview of the kitchen. And this view will also mirror the final view of when I do my before and after. So yeah, this is the lovely messy kitchen. They're so much fun to clean up. I love painting over the dishevelment of the degraded walls. It's so it's so satisfying to paint over something so ugly. I just in that red too is just striking. But yeah, so this is just kind of coming through and doing my initial walkthrough. And I do leave this a bathroom for this big bedroom. I believe on the other side, and this was like a oh yeah, I think I did leave that as a closet. And what I really should have done was tore down the wall and made this room wider and encompass that closet piece so that I could have a wall of windows. It didn't dawn on me that the other side of that wall was that closet, because there's no reason why I would need a closet in that room. I know I open up under the stairs, but I don't remember what I did. I actually kind of forget now. I guess we'll see. It's kind of funny, I forget what I did a week ago. Also still sick. I've been doing the voiceovers for the past couple days, so I'm just trying to get them all done at the same time. I had been wondering what that hum is. It's these fridges. The hum is gone as soon as I sold that fridge. So whenever you have a fridge in the room, it hums, which is kind of a really interesting add-on, like a feature that they have. I will still need to mute occasionally to cough. See, now I thought that was dirty. But, see, I didn't dropper it. Like, you can use the dropper and pull the pattern. I really should have, because I think it's deteriorated wood. And I really should have replaced that bottom with the wood that's like on the upper layer. That's at the top. Because I think that bottom stuff wasn't dirty because it wasn't coming off with the little cloth. But I think it was like weathered, and like these windows are weathered. I probably should have replaced it. I don't know if you're a regular viewer or if not a new viewer, it doesn't matter, but I tend to delete those columns and the fencing that looks like that, like, 'cause it's more bulky, and I kind of more lean towards kind of a more sleek, clean look. That's why I tend to use the fencing that has the glass panes in it, just because it looks cleaner and not as bulky. And the same goes for the windows as well. I don't care much for the little cross hatching in the windows. So we'll always remove that just for a clear view. So like a big open window as opposed to having the little squares in it. Now, my initial thought was to keep this kind of a dining room. And this whole corner here that's full of windows, I was going to remove all these windows and put in like floor to ceiling windows back, like just clear panes in that whole corner. And then put in a dining room table with a chandelier and like 6 chairs on both sides and do like a setting or whatever. But it didn't really match very well with where I ended up placing the kitchen, because the kitchen is in that back corner through this door here, this big archway. It's in the opposite corner, so normally your kitchen is almost right next to your dining room. And I think you can kind of tell later on in the video, I may have cut it out. I think I cropped it because there was just a lot of aimless wandering. So it took me a while to figure out where I wanted everything, and I was kind of going in circles a little bit. So I'd go to that front corner, look at the windows, I put the windows in, and then I'd go back to the back or the kitchen, and then I would go back to the front again, and then I just kept kind of pacing, almost like in-game pacing, until I finally decided where I was going to put the dining room or the dining room table. I don't know why I hesitated on deleting that. Like, it's weathered. It needs to get replaced regardless, even if I wanted to keep an archway there. It still needs to be deleted because it needs to be rebought. Kind of wonder where the hesitation is. Oh, look at all this wonderful garbage. I love how it all jumps into the bag, too. Is that a handy deleted window? And you know, we just renovated this restaurant in one of the quests. How could they let it go this bad so fast? No, just kidding. I mean, okay, there are bedrooms upstairs. So does that mean that customers that come in and buy from your cafe and then sit in the front and, you know, eat at your cafe? Because I think it was more like a coffee bar or an espresso bar, kind of, because there were a lot of coffee cups and coffee makers and stuff in that little island. And then, like, what's to keep people from going upstairs and going into your bedroom and going through your dresser? No, don't clean the windows. Okay, good, thank you. I was going to say, I certainly hope I did not stand here and clean all these windows. Because the frames are deteriorated. They need to be replaced regardless. Look at that, I even got all of them too at the same time. Hey. 1 second. Okay, well, that didn't sound great. I had to go and get some Advil for my headache. And I'm still trying to block the bunnies. This is my life now. Refereeing my bunnies. I actually can't wait to start on that triangle house. So, this is episode 24, and there is going to be 2 parts to this, because this is quite a large house. And a lot of this current footage that we're kind of watching right now, I can't speed this up to 2 times. There's just too much movement, and it's very disorienting. So there's going to be a part 2 to this. And then after that, I have an episode 25 and an episode 26 coming up. And then episode 27 is the Triangle House. And that's the one I'm currently playing. So I actually have a lineup. I'm going to be releasing each video, like each upcoming day. So one was released today, I'm going to do one tomorrow, and so forth. I don't want to release them all at the same time. I'll feel like I'm just flooding the market. Oh, and this was my curiosity to see what was under the stairs. And then I thought, how is that wall that big? Like, that's a fat wall, is that not? Bunny sitting. He's so interested in my other bunny. Sorry for the long pause. Just had to go break up my bunnies again. I want them to socialize, but I don't want them to like hump him all the time. It's not really good for them. Alright, I'm back. I'm a bunny referee now. Oh my god, he's back to humping him again. Okay, I've read as long as the other bunny isn't in danger and he's not like humping his face, then it's fine if it's not overdone either. And he seems to have calmed down and is now lying next to him, so I'm gonna leave him for a little bit. They're laying down together. They're being quiet, socializing. And as long as he's not in danger. And the other bunny doesn't seem to care very much. He doesn't really run from him. He just kind of like sits there and tries to ignore him. Much like most women, I suspect. Yeah, this is the tiny little closet that I wish I just knocked that wall down. Damn it. That's definitely the closet too, because there's that little kind of wall change. Like it kind of dips in a little bit. The footsteps in this game sounds like Resident Evil, like the first Resident Evil on the PlayStation. The one with like Wesker and Jill Valentine, Chris. Was it Chris Valentine too? Were they brother and sister? I know there was a Chris, a Jill, a Wesker. I forget who the other guy was. There was another guy. You're part of the Stars Bravo team. And I remember first going into the mansion and I was walking through that dining room and that's what these footsteps remind me of. Nice floating garbage can. Oh my god, there's so much fluff on fluff action going on back there. One moment. I'm giving the poor little guy a break. Chewy's in a timeout. He's after him a little bit too much. Well, that was a nice shot. I won't be able to do it again. Really, I should have just cut all this part out because I end up deleting the stairs. Spoiler alert. And I delete them because they don't match the stairs at the top. And I only realized this after I noticed that these lower stairs have these side panels and the upper stairs have that that board that you can paint under the step. I basically just wanted some consistency. Oh, and then I end up placing it wrong. And then I think at this point too, I realized I picked the wrong stairs. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh well. They're the wrong stairs though. I should have picked the other ones. Like these ones are a little bit too squared off, whereas the ones up top, they're like more of like a rounded top piece. I'm not sure if I change. Do I realize it? Oh yeah, I was looking up the name, and they're both named stairs trinkets, so at this point I couldn't figure it out. And then I noticed that that one's got a full form to it, like it's an L-shaped staircase rather than a floating. So now here's me going back into the menu to try to figure out what the hell kind of stairs those are. I probably should have stayed one further out too, because I'm not sure if they're steep or not, or if they're consistent. Can't really tell. Oh, and then here I realized that my roller kept going all the way to the back wall, and I thought, how is it floating through that wall? So I ended up going and deleting that wood piece that's up there and replacing it with actual wall, because it's actually just a piece of wood. And I thought I cut some of this stuff out, but I guess I didn't. Okay, I'm not really sure what I pressed on the microphone. Hopefully I don't sound any different. I pressed something. I don't know what I pressed. Whoops. Yeah, so this video will be just under an hour. And then I believe there's only one other video. So there's only part 1 and part 2 for this one. I don't know if episode 25, the next video, or the next build, is going to be 3 videos. I can't remember. I really can't stop thinking about that triangle house. And I didn't even want to do that house either. I thought it was going to be small and kind of boring. I thought like I would go in at the main floor, do a new living room and kitchen, and then do like 1 bedroom in like the upstairs loft area. And then that would be it. Like, I had no idea that that house was that big. It is huge. I actually wonder if I should keep it. Because if I put like a lot of work into it and get it how I like, the only downside is like you can't really put windows in because of the slanted roof. I mean, unless they changed it and you can put in skylight windows now, because that would be awesome. Because I remember it was only in the build mode, or like freelance or whatever the heck it's called. It was only in that mode that you could get the skylights for the rooftops. I kind of think people have been asking for it too. So I don't see why they wouldn't offer it in like the play mode. Another thing you may have noticed if you watch my other builds is that I tend to paint a lot of the under roof kind of awnings and roof overhangs and stuff like that. I tend to paint everything white because on the second floor in the bedrooms, the roof is exposed. So like there's no ceiling and there's just like rafters and exposed roof. So that's why I kind of paint and stay consistent throughout and put all of the roof underneath all the roofs white. Sometimes I'll pick like a lighter wood color though, like a pine or something, to go with a lighter ceiling. Because if it's going to be the ceiling of your bedroom, you don't really want like a dark cherry or something, because then you're kind of limited on wall color choice, because not much really will go with it. Like everything will seem to clash. I just noticed my bunny is bigger than my cat. Oh, hold on, I have to break up a fight. Alright, I'm back. I mean, I'm kind of watching my play. But I've played it, so I've seen it already. But yeah, see right there, that dark cherry red doesn't really go so great when you're wanting to paint your bedroom walls like purple. Dark cherry red and purple don't really go well together. I'm also leaving those beams up there. I'm checking to see what they are so that I can make them the floor as well. So that's what that was all about. I'm also not liking the direction they're going in, so I end up buying another pack here and changing the direction. And I'm also leaving those beams in the rafters so that I can put lights on them. Because otherwise, I would be limited to the wall sconce options. And there isn't many wall sconce options. They're kind of limited. Oh, and here I've also kind of sped up everything. I don't know why I keep looking at this like wall in the ceiling. Like, I know it needs to be painted, so I don't know why I just kept going back to it. This placement is kind of fun to watch though too. The clicking. Tick, 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 tick. I don't remember if I put carpet in, because at some point I start playing around with the carpet options, because carpet was also added to the game. Oh, and here I brain farted on how to duplicate. I have no idea what I was thinking. I just have to sample from the floor, and I don't know. I thought I could clone a new one. I have no idea what I was thinking. Oh, I think I took a break there because it's a little bit darker now. Hopefully this isn't like too disorienting, having the camera like spinning around at 2x speed. I tried to limit that as much as I could. Oh, and this is where, so I hung a chandelier in the corner, because normally when you go under these types of chandeliers, you bump your head on them. And this is why I'm replacing it with this kind of shorter ceiling lamp. And I have the chandelier in the corner over there because that's where I was intending to put the dining room table. But then all that ends up changing. I saw dirt somewhere upstairs and I missed it. Actually, I wonder if I get it or not. And I also kind of wonder if you can paint over dirt. Like if you decided not to clean, right, and you just painted over everything. I wonder if the dirt would still show through. I love the high ceilings though. It makes it so you can actually use those chandeliers for once. You see, and this is why beams are helpful. Because now I have to put up a wall light instead. I hope it doesn't feel too like squirrely. You know, like erratic kind of jolty movements. I put it on those two walls because those are the two that are gonna have the windows. So it won't be as busy once the windows are on there. And for some reason, I think I end up changing this somehow. I forget how, though. But I guess this is kind of the fun part about being able to speed it up. Because it goes, like, so much faster. The paint roller. Oh, I can't stop thinking about the triangle house. I think I'm gonna go play the triangle house after this. You're not gonna see it until next week. Unless you're watching this like in the future, then you can just go see the triangle house after this if you want. Triangle house. I think I might keep it. Especially if I put a lot of work into it. Oh, I'm also missing some footage. I didn't realize that my memory card was full And when OBS went to save my video, it didn't want to save all of it and only saved what it could. And then the rest of it was lost. So there's a small portion missing, probably maybe about 10-15 minutes that are lost. I don't know why I picked yellow. Maybe because of the floor. Or because it kind of goes with green. It looks a little too sunshine though for me. I'm used to beige all the time. I love my Siamese cat so much that I brought her picture to the paint store when I wanted to pick the colors for my bedroom. And so I matched one wall to her dark little ears and tail and her like little dark feet. And then I matched, I think it was the trim. The trim I matched to her black little, because it's almost black with such a dark chocolate brown on her ears, nose, and feet and tail. And then the cream of her belly, it's kind of like this yellow, but a little bit more on the brown side. And then I had her back was a little bit darker brown. Not as dark as her nose and her tail, though. And I just kind of color matched to her picture. Do I speed through this one? I don't remember. No. This was prior to my skipping the kitchen setups. It actually looks very cohesive once I color set it all to the background. It is coming up on an hour now. So I'm yeah, I'll be ending this video soon. You'll see my little muck up here. I try to do an island on the end, and then it looks too squished because you almost can't get by. It's too close to that corner, and then it just ends up looking funny. So I took it out. Yeah, so this is episode 24, part 1, and in episode 24, part 2 will be put out the day after this one goes out. My high-speed finagling with this. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I have to move them. Spoiler alert. Oh my god. I don't know why I fiddled with the fridge so long. Once the cherry red is color corrected, it matches the backsplash. It it looks a lot nicer. So yeah, I guess after this is done, the video will be concluded, and I will see you in part 2. And see you next time. Bye.